This video is about probably one of the most important punches in boxing. It's not the most commonly used by a long shot, but in my opinion, it's the most deceptive and useful punch you can throw. And that is the jab to the body. Right? Everyone jabs to the head, and it's a super useful punch to judge range and line up the bigger shots, the right hands, the left hooks, the right hooks. However, no one really jabs to the body. But the jab to the body is one of the safest punches you can throw. If you think about throwing a jab to the head, so many ways you can counter that shot, whether it's slipping outside, coming with the right hand, slipping inside, coming round the top with the right hand, or slipping inside, coming up through the middle with the left. There's so many ways you can counter that jab to the head. But the jab to the body, your head is so far out the way of any punch that can be thrown if you throw it properly. You take your head down like this, and for someone to counter this jab to the body, they've either got to see it coming and counter quickly with their own jab, or they've just got to, by some miracle, time it perfectly. So in this video, we're going to teach how to throw the jab to the body. Now, I just want to go over why the jab to the body is so brilliant. The jab to the body can make your opponent think way more than any shot, because if you're constantly throwing that jab to the body, they don't know whether it's coming to their head, to the body, or you're using it as a feint to come to the head, or using a feint to the head and then go into the body. And a great thing about this punch is that if you put a lot of force behind this shot and it does a fair bit of damage, you get them right in the solar plexus. If that's what they're thinking your jab's power's like, they'll be like, well, I don't want to feel what's in his right hand or his left hook to the head. I remember the first time I got hit with a jab to the body and it was hard, I backed off straight away, because if you get hit with a jab to the body and it hurts, those other shots are going to do a lot more damage. Throwing the jab to the body needs to be in one motion. We need to change the level by dropping our knees, and we need to throw it at the same time. During this motion, we kind of want to bring our head just slightly off the center line to potentially evade your opponent's jab. A general counter to the jab is slipping and throwing a jab to the body at the same time. You intercept their jab with that jab to the body by taking your head off the center line. So we need to combine the level change with the head off the center line and the punch itself. And we do that all in one motion. We don't want to drop, then throw. We want to drop and throw as we take our head off the center line, all in one motion. So it comes down like this. Now, usually you'll step with the jab to the body. You'll bring that front foot forward to get you into range, and then you'll come back out of range nice and quick, all in one motion. All I'm doing with my hand, same as the normal jab to the head, is I'm turning my arm out like this, turning my knuckles over. But I'm doing this as I step forward, as I bring my head off to the side, and as I bend my knees. You want to do it nice and fast. Like this, and it's going to take a lot of practice to get that really quick. We want to think about the Larry Holmes whipping analogy like we did in our how to jab video. Now, in this video, we talked about how the jab needs to be like a little pistol to line up the rocket launchers. It needs to be a tea towel whip. You know what you do when you're whipping the back of your sibling's legs? It's the exact same thing. Your hand needs to be relaxed like this, and it needs to whip out with no tension in it. And then right at the end, that's where you turn the knuckles over, and that bit is what will do the damage. Not that the jab is something that really needs to do much damage. It's something that needs to line up those other shots. But we use this whipping analogy, this whipping motion, to land that jab nice and fast. And we're using that exact same thing with the jab to body, with the jab to the body, combined with bending our knees, taking our head off the center line, and stepping forward. Remember, once we've thrown that shot, we want to defend, whether that's leaning back or whether that's defending with more punches. Because as soon as I've thrown that, they're likely to come forward. Let's walk them onto more punches. That is an overview and a lesson of how to throw the jab to the body. It's a really effective punch. One more thing, a way it can be used is, as I said, to manipulate that level variation. And Mayweather did this really well. He threw, can't remember who is fighting now, but we'll either overlay the footage or we'll put it up on screen. And he threw the jab to the body 3 times, nice and fast. And then he went to feint as he saw his opponent was reacting with that parry, trying to get to knock that jab off course. He feinted that jab to the body and then came up with a gazelle hook to the head. And that's just one of the ways that you can use the jab to the body to effectively deceive your opponent and land bigger, more powerful punches. The best way to get good at any punch or any skill in boxing is by drilling it over and over and over again. And my jab to the body was terrible when I first started throwing it. Only probably in the last year has it actually got better because I've been drilling it and using it more in sparring. I mean, thinking about doing it quickly. It needs to be a fast punch. You need to get into range with your foot, get the shot off and get straight back out of range. So only through a lot of practice and drilling that shot will it actually become effective for you.